Welcome to the 99th Annual Chincoteague Pony Swim, brought to you by Matt the Carpet Guy.
In Chincoteague, Virginia, as we get ready for the 99th Annual Chincoteague Pony Swim out there. That shot coming from the top of the Delmarva Sports Network production truck, brought to you and sponsored by Matt the Carpet Guy. Kayla Santiago alongside Tim Nolan, tipping our hats for the first time in the DSN studios. It's going to be a whole ton of fun here today. We've got everybody out there, a Draper Media special, but what are you looking forward to before the pony takes off at 12:15?
First, I'm just looking forward to all of you fine folks tuning in. We have people who watch this from Australia, from Canada. This is an international phenomenon. It can draw up to 50,000 people on site in Virginia. I'm just so happy to be a part of it, and I cannot wait to see what exhilarating action we see. And we're going to bring it to you from the studio, from the land, even from the sea. We got all bases covered today, people.
That we do. We have everybody in between. We've got coverage from the docks, from the marsh, from Memorial Park as well. We'll have Chopper 16 in a bit too. The rain is starting to fall though in Chincoteague, Virginia. It's about 100% right now, so I'm glad we're inside. That's all I'm going to say. The pony's going to have to deal with some rain right now. There's no thunder or lightning in the forecast, so we like to see that as these ponies want to get ready for the action. The Saltwater Cowboys as well. Tim, you could pass them as one today.
I would hope so. Hey, keep that answer in mind for later on. We got something coming up for you.
Yes, absolutely, we do. The 99th Annual, once again, from 1925, when this all started. And Bill Mitch is out there right now on the docks representing WBOC. Bill, what are you seeing out there today so far?
I'm seeing that I'm a little jealous that you guys are inside. Normally when I get this spot on the dock, I feel like I have the best spot in the house. I'm not in the marsh, I'm not in the water, I'm feeling good. You guys are inside, and as you mentioned, the rain has started to fall. Mike Lichniak told us a few moments ago to expect the rain to fall pretty much for the duration of the swim. So this spot less desirable now, but it doesn't matter. There's no dampening the spirit of the pony swim. No rain is going to stop these ponies from swimming. This is the 99th swim. It's only stopped 3 times in history, during World War II, twice, and COVID-19. So rain is not keeping these ponies from being in the water.
That's the insects. The bugs were a bit of an issue a couple years back. Is the rain keeping them away today? How are we feeling?
Feeling good about the fact that there's not too many bugs. Now, the bugs might be gone, but because of the rain last night, because of the rain this morning, soggy is the word of the day. Mike was explaining it to me a few moments ago, Mike Lichniak. This is a slack tide during high tide. We normally do it at low tide, so this water is very high. And it means it's very high all the way back through the area that the people are walking through. The amount of shoes lost, probably uncountable this morning. The amount of people that I've seen take face plants because they can't get their feet out of the mud, at least a half dozen that I have personally witnessed, probably a lot more. Someone goes into the mud wearing a blue shirt, they come out wearing a brown shirt. It's tough to get through here, but people are dedicated to be here. We rolled up around 8:30 this morning, and there were hundreds of people already here. There's no dampening the spirits of the pony swim. We got the Saltwater Cowboys to my right. One gentleman in the white cowboy hat, he is 91 years old. 91-year-old Saltwater Cowboy. He's not letting the rain stop him from being here, so we are not going to let the rain dampen our spirits as well. So I'm here for you guys. I'm ready to talk ponies. I'm ready to, let's do it all day long.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. It's not going to dampen our spirits either, Bill. We will talk to you in just a bit as well. We've got the 99th Annual right here on the Delmarva Sports Network, and there's so many other people out there that we're going to hear from later on in the show. Once again, the ponies will start between 12:15 and 12:30, but we're going to hear from Coast TV News' Maddie Overturf, who has some boots in the swamp. She might be a little bit muddy. Maddie, what's going on? Are you staying dry? How you feeling out there?
We're staying a little dry, Kayla. We had a little bit of rain come through earlier, but we're doing okay. And you know what, though? We interviewed some young ladies earlier today who said my favorite quote of the day. I said, what's your favorite part about being here? They said, getting dirty. Because we are literally the muck. We're in the water. The water is up halfway up my thigh here. I don't know if you can see, not thigh, my shin. Anatomy is hard. But we're in the best spot I think possibly we could be in. The ponies will be right here. We are so close to having the ponies with us. Actually, you might be able to see the saltwater cowboys are over here. They're getting ready to help corral them when they cross. But we've met so many fun the way. We've met friends from Tennessee. We've met friends from North Carolina, upstate New York. We've met friends from Massachusetts, and everybody is right here ready for these ponies to be right next to us here in the marsh. A lot of the folks we spoke with at 5 in the morning. I know that's when Paige was down here. And our helicopter is here. I see our Coast Copter Chopper 16 going on up there. That's awesome. So that's going to be a great view. I know everyone's waving up to it from here. But we're really excited for this energy here. I can't even tell you the feeling down here in the marsh. It's a mix of excitement, but also reverence for these amazing animals and how peaceful and beautiful they are. And I've been speaking with a lot of fellow horse girls. Yes, I am a horse girl, even though we're at a pony swim. Horse girls very proud that we're very connected to these animals in a way. You can just see how beautiful they are. You can just see how connected they are with each other, with humans, and these wild ponies will live in harmony with us in just a few minutes, so we're really excited about that. We really just cannot wait to see these ponies come here. I'm thinking it's going to be in about 20 minutes is kind of what we're hearing, but if it's going to be sooner or later, we will definitely be ready for that. So, yeah, we're down here on the marsh. We're ready for it. I got boots that are going to go in the trash after this, so it's totally okay. But it's totally okay. So we're really, really excited to be here and just cannot wait to give you guys more updates as the day goes on here at the 99th Chincoteague Pony Swim.
Well, Maddie, thank you so much. They did say that don't wear shoes you necessarily care about because a shoe might get stuck. You might lose a shoe. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that right now. But
I'm pretty spoiled,
Maddie
I think.
Overturf, yeah, I got the heels on. I don't got to worry about marshes or anything like that. But I love what she said in the quotes that she's hearing. Just everybody's so excited about the atmosphere. The rain's coming down, but people don't care. They're prepared. They've been there since 8:30 in the morning. Each and every year, there's more and more a show of people coming to this, the community around it. And it's really great to see on the 99th annual.
Well, and especially given this is an event that started rooted in the community. I mean, it has such great ties to the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Department. That's the reason that pony penning became the phenomenon that it is that we're getting to celebrate today. So the fact that Madeline tied that in beautifully, I think it's just a very fitting touch, a nice way to kick off our day here.
That it is. The tradition has been alive since 1925, making sure to maintain the population, a big reason why they started the Chincoteague Pony Swim. And now we're going to head to Chopper 16. WBOC's Rachel Pierce is in the air. She's got the aerial view. Rachel, from up top, what are you seeing?
Chopper 16 right now over at Chincoteague Island. We are taking a live look at the island, and we are just hovering over the horses, just a short distance from them. We can
Well, it looks like we might have to go back to Rachel later on. We are in Chincoteague, Virginia, so the service can be just a little bit spotty. We were trying to get phone calls in earlier, but it doesn't matter. They're still doing everything, and they've got a great shot from up there.
She was so excited, you couldn't even spit the question out. She just went. She was ready to roll, and we hope to hear more from Rachel later. I just think it's fantastic. You get the view from the marsh. We have the water. We're up in the air. We're on the boat. We have every aspect of this covered, and we'll bring you the penning and so much more throughout the next hour.
That we do. And just to name everybody that's going to be out there today, we saw WBOC's Bill Mitch, WBOC's Rachel Pierce in Chopper 16 just a moment ago. You can see those fantastic views from Chopper 16, getting just about everything before the rainfall here in Chincoteague, Virginia. You also, for Maddie Overturf and Paige Marley from Coast News TV, and then the Delmarva Sports Network crew also out there. Lauren Hitcham Outdoors Delmarva is in a boat as well, so we've got you covered in all assets in the Chincoteague Pony Swim. I mean, how could you not? We're here for the first time ever live on the Delmarva Sports Network. Chopper 16 has a fantastic view as well right there. So we've got it all covered. Once again, this will start in just about 20 minutes when these ponies will swim. They want to make sure it's the perfect slack tide, and they're going to get ready to go. You
mentioned they're going to be going in just about 20 minutes. I want to speak to some of the folks who Rachel was on the island just around 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning, and yet she wasn't even the first person there. The fact that there were folks already getting ready, they staked out their spot because they want the best seat, or I guess the best stance in the house, the best knees up in the mud, if you will, to see these ponies go across the Chincoteague Channel. This is a phenomenon that spans not just the shore, not just the United States. We've got folks coming down from Canada. This is quite the event, and it's great to be a part of it and continue to bring it to all you folks.
And of course, they want to make sure they wait for the perfect time, the perfect 30 minutes as well, so there's as least a current as possible for these ponies. They make sure they're safe. They make sure they get to where they need to go. And then afterwards as well, there's a parade, there's carnivals, there's everything in between. This is just a fantastic event. Once again, we're so happy to be covering it live on the Delmarva Sports Network. And we've got everybody out there right now, just the history of what they've been able to do out there, the fire company. And we were able to talk to some of our reporters earlier saying the fire company's been there all day too. They're getting everything ready. They're engaging with the community. So it's just more than pony swimming and people showing up. Everybody is really in on this, making sure that they're safe and they can get where they need to be.
And we show you folks 99th Chincoteague Pony Swim. However, this is something, Kayla, it goes well beyond the past century. This is something that they have been doing since the 19th century. This is an age-old tradition that dates back to the mythical story, Spanish Galley, mythical, reality. It all transcends, but you're just talking about one of the best parts of summer life here on the shore. And now it's just transformed into quite the spectacle that we have here. And we've got yet another person that we want to talk to.
Nothing better than being out on the boat in the water by the ponies. Lauren, how you feeling out there? You staying dry? You been able to see anything yet from the water point of view?
All right, well, it's a little rainy out here, so I think we're going to have to take that up with Mike Lichniak a little bit. But the ponies are over there. We see them. Kind of small, but we see them over there. They've got the saltwater cowboys on the barge, just waiting to bring the ponies over here so they can make the trek across the water. I've been out on boat all morning, just doing circles, waiting for this swim, and we're super excited because they're going to be swimming right to us in this boat.
We'll see if Lauren's able to pet or possibly ride a pony here today. That will not happen. That's for the saltwater cowboys to get everything going. Lauren, thank you so much for your time out there. You got to be living the life. You're out there on the boat. The ponies are right there. Lauren has been doing this year after year. She does a fantastic job. And
I have to say, for those of you out-of-towners, no, spoiler alert, you're not going to see Chincoteague in the Verizon 5G commercials. It is not exactly the best for cell service, but quite the scene for ponies.
That it is. And once again, we are just going to get started in a little bit here, and we are actually going to go back out on the docks with WBOC's Bill Mitch. He's got even more for us. Bill, the pony is about to get started possibly in 5 minutes right here. When's the start time happening? What you hearing?
What I'm hearing is what everyone's hearing is just we're kind of in waiting mode. If you can see, where's that Coast Guard boat? Right out there. I know it's tough to see. They got the blue flashing light on top of the Coast Guard boat. That's the one that's checking for slack tide. Usually, we kind of get a little bit of a heads up from Denise Bowden from the fire department. She kind of says, hey, everybody, keep your eye on the Coast Guard boat. We haven't gotten that yet. The Coast Guard boat will usually make its way kind of towards the middle of the channel. That's when they fire off that orange flare. That's when we know, 10, 15 minutes away that it's going to happen. We haven't heard that kind of like a little pre-warning yet. So right now, we're just kind of killing time. We're playing in the mud. So real quick, we showed you over to my right all the people that have been here. They're 12, 15 people deep. There are people underneath the dock. I'm trying not to step on any fingers, and I might have by accident. To my left, this is just a bog, and it doesn't matter. This is where people are. I can't find them anymore, but I was looking for the golden retriever that was out here about 15 minutes ago, hanging out in the water. Big kids, small kids, dogs. Right now, we're doing some crab hunting because we're trying to kill some time for slack tide. I don't want any parts of that, but these little guys, they're doing that, and they're having fun. And God bless them, because it is gross, it is muddy, but it is just kill time central, because we're just waiting for that that kind of indication from Denise Bowden and from the Coast Guard. So with the Coast Guard boat kind of back over there in the corner of the channel by all the other boats, we're kind of in wait mode. I know from being here, when they get in the middle, that's when we're close. But if you go, look, can we go peek over here? Look how many boats are here. I know you guys saw from Chopper 16. I get it. But there are so many. There are so many people who rent kayaks just to be in the water. I saw people just swimming in the water. That would be tough. But there's people that way. There's people over by Page that way. Tim, I heard you say 50,000 people. Are there 50,000 people right where I'm standing? No. Are there 50,000 people who've come to Chincoteague who are lining the streets of Chincoteague waiting for the parade in a little while? Yeah, there's probably at least 50,000 people getting off this island this afternoon. Not going to be that fun.
Now, Bill, we got that shot there of the boats. Years past, we've seen some pony-inspired floats. We got folks with the cowboy hats. Have you seen any favorite attire of yours? Anything that you're seeing that's really struck you in terms of outfits?
Yeah, can I be honest with you? The saltwater cowboys, they look great. Mike, I'm going to have you spin around. On the end of the dock here, there's a woman. I don't know who she's from, but Mike, you can, if you go just to your right a little bit, over here, Mike, on the edge of the dock. She's in full cowboy hat regalia. She's got a vest on. She's got blue and red striped pants on. She looks like a saltwater cowboy, just not in the water. I don't know why she's here, but I love her outfit. You asked about the outfit. That's her. That's my favorite that I've ever seen. All the other outfits get covered in mud, and they end up, everybody looks the same because everyone's wearing brown. But she's my favorite outfit that I have seen in my couple years that I've been here. Everyone else kind of covered in plastic and mud. So, you know, I don't know what she's doing, but she's feeling the vibe of the pony swim day.
That she is as well. Let's hope that she doesn't get into the mudville, because that outfit is too good to mess up. She's got to be in studio like us, making sure that she doesn't get any rain or any mud whatsoever. Bill, I've got to ask, you said your favorite attire. Has there been any other cowboy hat that you've seen that maybe you would like to tip your hat to as well?
Another cowboy hat, I don't. I obviously I can't see you guys. I've heard you guys might have cowboy hats on. Is that true?
We do have them in studio.
I don't have any cowboy hats. I put one on my desk for when I get back, please. The saltwater cowboys, they're the ones that should be wearing these cowboy hats. These guys are incredible. I know I mentioned the 91-year-old earlier, but those guys have no fear. They are on horseback, trudging through the mud, keeping the horses corralled, keeping everyone safe. They're the ones that should be in the cowboy hats. They're rocking them proudly today, but no other cowboy hats that I've seen out today. A lot of hats trying to keep rain out of people's eyes. So that's kind of where we're at. We're in standby mode. There's an excitement, but there's also like a little bit of a let's go swimming.
It's palpable. I feel it.
They're waiting. Let's go swimming. That's what all the ponies want to do as well. Bill, we will come to you in just a little bit when these ponies get ready to swim as well. I mean, we've got every view from this pony swim. As Bill mentioned, people are just waiting. They're getting ready to go. They want to maybe go crabbing and fishing a little bit. But another view of Chopper 16, and we will go back to WBOC's Rachel Pierce. Rachel, you have a fantastic view of all the ponies right now.
Hey, good afternoon. This is Rachel Pierce, live from Chopper 16. Just taking a look from Chopper 16 at the horses corralled on Chincoteague Island. You can see the saltwater cowboys keeping the horses in line as they wait for this big swim for the 99th time for the Chincoteague Pony Swim. We are just awaiting. It is about 12:18 on this Wednesday afternoon. No real movement right now. You can see the horses, and really everyone is very steady and calm right now. No movement right now from the horses as we await for the big moment, and we will be sure to let you know when we start to see some movement from the horses here on Chincoteague Island.
Rachel, thank you so much. A great view of the ponies right there. And once again, we're just in waiting mode for slack tide. Once again, they want to make sure it's the safest at that slack tide with no current for these ponies to be able to come. They've been doing this for a really long time, starting it back in 1925. So they know what they're doing, people. And it's been fantastic out there in Chincoteague, Virginia. I mean, just look at this view. Look at these people being able to see this. Some of them have been camping out there all throughout the night, bringing their coffee, their snacks, their goods, and they're getting ready to see those ponies once again.
Now, we're going to have a chance to get back up with Rachel later. I hope that she doesn't have any sort of nausea. Maybe she's got some dry meat on her. Imagine craning your neck out of a helicopter and looking down at all those ponies in the marsh getting ready to cross the channel. That is not an activity for the week. So kudos to you, Rachel, and thanks again for bringing us that shot from the air.
True professional. She's able to do it on all landscapes, especially at the pony swim. But you're in the air. We're also in the water everywhere. Everybody, Draper Media, once again, outdoors Delmarva's Lauren Hitch. Lauren, any other call of the ponies getting any closer to swimming out there?
Let's talk about some things leading up to the pony swim, right? This is a big day here, but there's a lot of stuff that happens beforehand. So they round both of the herds up in Chincoteague and they get them all ready to make this trek, right? But there's a lot of steps beforehand. They actually have the North meets South, which is a beach walk where the herds actually come together and meet up and mingle for a little bit. And then a veterinarian actually goes and checks them all out to make sure they are good to go. Make sure they are healthy enough to take this swim. They also make sure that some of the little foals that maybe need to be brought over that can not make the swim are ready to aboard that barge, and they're already over at the carnival grounds. But now it's swim day, so we are just
And sorry, Lauren, we lost your shot there for a moment, but that's some great things that Lauren just brought up right there. Making sure these ponies are ready to go before they swim, even more than just the slack tide, making sure they're okay, they're healthy enough to swim, being able to meet up and mingle just a little bit. Once again, Lauren Hitch has been able to do this for a pretty long time now. She knows what's going on out there. And once again, you can see them mingling right there from our view from Chopper 16.
And that's reassuring, right? Foals, they're just like us. You got little foals, not able to get on the big rides. You can't get on the roller coaster. In their case, can't get on the barge. So you got to take them right to the carnival. I love that. And even though Lauren dropped out there, I think it's really great what you just hit on. Make sure those choppers are brushed. Make sure all the muscles are looking good. I think it's not only great that we get to experience this event, but that it's so monitored and that there's so hyper scrutinized to make sure that these foals are not just safely crossing, but that we can all enjoy it and everybody is in harmony.
You can see the wind right now. Once again, it was around 100% chance of rain at noon and then dropping to 30 at 1 p.m. as well in Chincoteague, Virginia. So they're getting ready. The wind, though, it's blowing, but these people don't care. They're dressed up. You can see the best outfit right there. We can give that out at the end, the best outfit award.
We got another hat right there.
We got another one. Everybody's showing up and showing out. Not as many ponchos as I was expecting. People really trying to show off their fits here today. Yeah,
look, if you're trekking out in the mud at about 3, 4 in the morning, I think you throw the poncho, the rain gear aside. Your sole focus is, I'm seeing these foals. I'm seeing these ponies cross the channel. I don't care if I get wet. I don't care if there's thunder. I am getting that best stance in the house.
I get to do it once a year. We're going to go back out to Coast TV News. Maddie Overturf, as she's had to bear the mud, though, and the rain and the storms, whatever might be coming as well. She's been in there right now, and as Maddie Overturf is getting ready, Maddie, you've got a ton of people around you. Just how excited are they anticipating and getting ready for this pony swim to go?
Hi, guys. A little hard to hear you because there's a lot going on here, but it's super, super exciting. By the way, we are in the muck. We're in the mud. Actually, wait a minute. This is crazy. I don't know if we can show you this from the camera. You can see we are getting close to slack tide because guess what? There's no water. About no water up to my shin. So that just shows you that really the tide is going out, okay? Entering slack tide, it's going to be calm, lower water for the ponies to get through. A very, 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 very good. We're seeing some activity here on the water. We're hoping we'll see that flare pretty soon. We have been hanging out here with awesome friends, Saltwater Cowboys, ready to help corral the ponies as they cross the channel. So we're in a really great spot. I also picked this spot because we have some great grass here. I'm thinking they're going to come eat right here and be... I heard you say we had people from Canada here. We've met people from all over the United States, and we cannot wait to introduce you to some of them. But also to you guys. Oh, and by the way, I love those hats, and I wish I had one.
We'll have to go hat shopping after this, Maddie. We've all got to be prepared for the Pony Swim. Thank you so much. It's great that she's been able to talk to all of these fans, these viewers out there coming from all over the country and outside of the country as well to be able to experience this once a year, the annual event, once again, the 99th annual Pony Swim. And all I got to say is I'm excited. Maddie got me hyped up knowing that slack tide is so close, and we're just getting a bit closer to these ponies going out there.
And I'll tell you what, you could just think watching the gentleman right on the right of Madeline, he had that face like, look, I'm about to tell everybody I'm on TV. I can tell I'm in her shot. I get my couple seconds of fame. He's enjoying it in just a tank top. You talk about ponchos, rain jackets. He doesn't care if he gets wet. He got on Draper.
It's all about the atmosphere, the experience. So we're going to head back out to the water with Outdoors Delmarva's Lauren Hitch. And Lauren, we just heard from Maddie just a moment ago that slack tide is possibly nearing. What are you seeing from your vantage point right now? Are the medics and everybody's getting the ponies ready to go out in just a bit? How much time are we looking at?
Parking lot party, isn't that what they call it in the song? They are all lined up and strung together. They've got umbrellas out here. I will let you guys know. We'll give you some intel later. There was a little inflatable pony race earlier that we got to see. That was really exciting. But the boats are lined up. There's also tons of kayaks out here, tons of paddle boards. Everyone's got their own way, their own favorite way of watching the pony swim. I truly love being on this boat right here, but plenty of people are out here today ready for the swim.
Lauren, thank you so much. That they are getting just a little bit closer. And Tim, I have to ask you, we have the best vantage point right now. We're staying dry. We're going to be in the studios. But if you're out there, how do you want to watch it? A kayak, a boat, a pony swim floaty, possibly?
I mean, I would like to be on a horse if I had a saddle and it was regulated. No, I think the closest aspect, aside from being on a horse, would have to be a pony float. That's easily my desired destination.
I would have to agree with you. You can swim, you can relax beforehand, and then listen, if there's a pony swim float race, I'm totally in that and coming out for some victory right there, as well as Bill Mitch is still out there. Bill, once again, we heard from Maddie earlier on that slack tide is near from the dock right now. Are people getting excited, or are they still just kind of waiting, trying to kill time at the moment?
Still in a little bit of wait and see time. Now, I got one thing. I'm going to give a shout out to my wife because she is watching on our live stream. People in our comments told me the woman earlier in the outfit that we all loved, she is Miss Virginia Rodeo 2024. So, of course, that's why she is dressed so well. Now, I'm going to throw some science out there. I'm not a science guy, but our photographer, Mike, noticed if we look just to the right, you see all the grass? About 10 minutes ago, you couldn't see that grass. High tide is receding. So, being the science person that I am, I have to imagine we're getting a little bit closer. Just where you're looking now, 10 minutes ago, was all water. It's gone down a little bit. Coast Guard boat's on the move. Now, don't quote me. I am not a scientist. I am not a meteorologist. Nowhere close. But Mike made that observation, and it is a good one. High tide is going down just a little bit, and we're waiting for that sweet spot between high tide and low tide at slack tide. So, based on this observation, I would have to say we're getting closer. Now, they did say it was between 12 and 1, so of course we're getting closer, but I'm taking this as a good sign. I'm not taking credit for the scientific observation, but I am presenting it to you as if it was my own.
Now, Bill M, though, and the M might also happen to stand for marine expert, possibly.
Yes, well, Mike, our photographer, is a marine expert, and he noticed it right away. We can see a lot more crabs now, and the people that are below the dock where I'm standing are in less water now. You know, it was up almost to their knees, maybe ankle high now, so they're, I guess, a little bit more comfortable than they were a few moments ago. But I'm going to take the fact the water has receded a little bit as gotta be close. Now, the people over my left, they're still in a bog. Don't look at that. Look at the grass over to the right, my right, and that's what we'll go on to say slack tide is getting close. That is my official scientific observation. I present it to you. Do what you wish.
Bill, thank you for that. Hopefully slack tide is close. We are so ready to see these ponies. And once again, everybody make sure you stay locked into DSN. It's not just the pony swim. We also have a trivia coming up later on in our broadcast as well, sponsored by Matt, the carpet guy. You can play along on your phone in real time right from your couch, or if you're at the pony swim and you just are trying to kill time and play some trivia, you can play out there as well. So the QR code is going to be on the right corner of your screen. That's to download the free Delmarva Sports Network mobile app. Now, if you don't have the app, well, I suggest you download it because we also have live games and highlights and everything else. But you can also go to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com/trivia, as the winner will receive an exciting prize provided by Key West Cottages of Chincoteague Island. A 2-night stay at the cottages. I'm jealous.
And I think also a little bit more of what we do. We showed you a little bit of it. You got the DSN hat, the Shorebirds bobbleheads, also off of Kayla's right shoulder, the UMES basketball, just a little bit of what we do aside from watching these Chincoteague Ponies. You're going to call live games at Princess Anne, Maryland Eastern Shore Division I basketball, provide all the high school coverage for the Bayside Conference. That goes from Kent Island all the way over to really the Atlantic Ocean, Chincoteague area up through Stephen, Decatur, and then you keep going further north. We go as far north as Smyrna up in Delaware. So we got a lot of different sports, a lot of different coverage areas taking care of all other 364 days of the year.
And that's why you have to download the DSN app, because not only can you see all of that all the time, 24/7. We've got live games tomorrow as well, Summer League semifinals and the finals, but you can play some trivia. And if I wasn't doing this right now, I would for sure be going to the app and playing some trivia. It's like when you go to your favorite restaurant and they have trivia up there and you're trying to battle back and forth with your friends and see who has the best answer and getting on that leaderboard. But this time you win a prize. It's not just, oh, you won, so your pride's a little bit up. You actually win a prize to be able to have a 2-night stay. Yeah,
if you're getting FOMO just watching with us and seeing those ponies out there, just imagine being on the Chincoteague Island for not 1, but 2 nights.
We're going to head back to Chopper 16 with WBOC's Rachel Pierce. Rachel, we're just about getting ready for that slack tide. How is it up there in the Chopper?
Hey, good afternoon. This is Rachel Pierce live from Chopper 16. Nothing too new to report from Chopper 16. We are still taking a look at those horses. We'll take a look from our live camera on Chopper 16. If anything, we're seeing that the ponies are a bit maybe more spread out. You can see the Saltwater Cowboys just around the ponies, keeping them together, keeping them calm as they get ready for this big swim. But as we've just said, nothing in the last 15-20 minutes that we've been up here in Chopper 16. Nothing new to report. The ponies are still at a standstill, and we are just awaiting any movement. And we'll be sure to report that as soon as we see any changes here from Chopper 16.
Rachel, thank you so much. I mean, that's just a fantastic view there. Nobody else is able to get that on the ground view. The ponies, they're right there. They're getting ready to go. As Lauren Hitch said in the boat earlier on, they're mingling just a little bit. And Rachel Pierce, WBOC's reporter, able to have the perfect view from the chopper. Hey, I'm just happy the weather's holding up so that she can be up there in the sky right now.
Watching those Saltwater Cowboys reminds me of camp counseling, with the exception of being in a helicopter, because they have to constantly corral all these ponies together, get them in the right place, send them off to lunchtime, and these ponies case crossing the channel.
That they do. We're going to go to Coast TV News. Maddie Overturf. Maddie, I know before you said possibly slack tide is coming a little bit sooner. Have you heard anything else, and how the crowds around you feeling right now?
Hey guys, we are all anxiously anticipating the flare to be fired and the ponies to be coming, but we want to show you some of the crowd. Ted, if we could pan over and just show how many people are here. And keep in mind, this is just the marsh. People have been coming to Memorial Park. We saw people walking through town. There's a whole other little section down there where people are at. People are on boats like Lauren Hitch, right? We have a ton of people out here. So it's a lot of excitement and a lot of just collective energy towards this really unique experience that I always tell people when I travel, and I say I'm from Delmarva, and I tell them about the pony swim, and they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, you don't understand. These wild ponies will swim across the channel, and they're this close to you, and people just, they can't really understand it until you see it yourself. So it's just been really, really great. We've met people of all ages. We met a woman earlier today who said this was she and her grandmother's dream to come here together. Unfortunately, her grandmother passed away, but she showed us a photo of her and their horse, and she was like, we're huge horse people, so to see these ponies has been a huge dream come true. So her grandmother definitely here in spirit here. We also have a lot of friends getting crabs. We're all getting muddy. We're all sharing. I have my friend Tyler here, who's been very helpful to me. He has been holding up umbrellas for us and been so kind. He's one of our brand new friends here, you know, so we're having a really good time with everybody here. Thank you, Tyler. Yeah, he's like, I'm just here. Thanks so much. I said I might put you. Yeah, let's give him a round of applause. Absolutely. So the energy's been great here. Also, a lot of people have been doing the wave on the dock over there, where you might be able to see the police, Saltwater Cowboys, and folks who live in the townhomes right behind us. They've been putting their hands up to do the wave. We've all been doing it. So we're all in it together here. And again, people got here as early as 5 in the morning. Actually, some of these chairs right in front of me got here last night. They brought them out, left them here. came back this morning to get it. So it's been just like really neat to speak with everybody and get their experiences and see how excited they are for the ponies, which again will be here any minute, hopefully crossing the water, and then they'll be right here eating this marsh grass. And again, all the water, it's gone. Craziness. When we got here, everything now completely dry, a little muddy still, but what's life without a little bit of mud? You know, we're here on Delmarva. We came to the pony swim. We're not watching this from a conference room in a hotel, okay? We are here to see it, to be in it, and it's totally great. Also, the bugs have not been bad, so I'm very grateful for that. Very great. Oh, we have, I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear that. We have sound. It looks like the flare is about to be fired. The flare is up. The flare is up. The Coast Guard is out with the flare. The ponies are hitting the water.
There's the red.
Maddie, there we go. This has been so awesome. So just as we're on Coast TV News, Maddie Overturf, the flare goes up as the ponies, they are getting ready to swim the 99th annual. And we've been talking to our reporters out there today saying people are anxious. They can't wait to get it ready to go. And now it's finally here. The flare is up and everybody's looking forward to a great time for what they came for.
Oh, yeah, you heard that hoot of jubilation. I want to go back earlier in the shot we were watching Maddie on, a little girl chugging the Pepsi. I hope everybody is jacked up, ready to go, because I'm all the way here in Salisbury, and I cannot wait to see these ponies cross the channel.
We've had our coffee. That's our sense of caffeine here today. Getting ready. A couple of coffees, 2 shots of espresso, maybe. It doesn't matter because this is what we're here for, everybody. The Chincoteague Pony Swim as they get ready to go. And you can see right here, it's such an exciting time. The Saltwater Cowboys also there helping out. Once again, the 99th annual. They've been doing this since 1925. Just a great way to be able to have everybody out there. The Saltwater Cowboys, the medics, they've been doing this for such a long time. They make sure these ponies are ready to go, and well, by the looks of it, they are.
And how about the kaleidoscope of colors that you're looking at there, of all those different wild ponies? I'll tell you what, that auction, there are going to be some pretty high bidders when they finally cross this channel.
That there are. You can see right now they are just about to hit the water. What a great view, as well as the ponies. They're getting ready to swim, everybody, and this is what we've all been waiting for. And we are going to hear from WBOC's Bill Minch as the ponies are entering the water. Bill?
Sorry about that, guys. So they're getting close to the water, Kayla. So where I'm standing, way back to the left over here, the ponies are on the move. Now from Chopper 16, they're treading through some light water. The actual swim, the pony swim that everybody's here for, we got to wait for the ponies to get over by those colored flags. So the ponies are way still out to my left on Chincoteague. So we probably still, before the pony swim, the thing that everyone's here for, we still probably got like 10 minutes before they finally get here, because they got to move the whole herd and get them to where the swim actually starts. So we still got a couple minutes, but the excitement at least has begun. There's some palpable energy that has finally hit the crowd as we're pretty close.
Bill, how was that anticipation? I can hear it behind you. I mentioned earlier it's palpable. Are you noticing eyes starting to widen? A lot of voices starting to heighten the volume as these ponies get closer and closer to the start point?
Not only the anticipation going up, Tim, my anxiety is going up a little bit because now that the Coast Guard boat sounded the horn, the flare goes off, everyone's phones come out because they can't wait to take pictures. There's phones everywhere as far as I can see. And as you has mentioned, Chincoteague, not the star child when it comes to reception. So I'm a little worried about all these cell phones, but everyone's here to capture the best view, and I don't blame them. Again, just a couple minutes, but Denise Bowden, she's hyping everybody up. She's over, you can hear over the loudspeaker. I tried to interview her earlier. She told me to get on my way. She's very busy. I shouldn't have done that. It's entirely my fault. But again, as we mentioned, I'm going back to my science. The water receded. Our photographer, Mike, he was right on it. He knew slack tide was coming, and it is here. And again, we just got a couple minutes. So I'm sure Rachel's got the best view right now as they make their way to where that swim's going to be. But there's excitement, there's phones, there's cameras. The kids have stopped crab picking. The time has come.
That time has come. Bill, Thank you so much for your time. We'll go back out to you in just a bit. Once again, these ponies are just about getting ready. They're trotting through the water right now. I mean, I'm excited to see this. This is the first time we're having it on the Delmarva Sports Network. So we have to thank all the viewers right now for tuning in right here on DSN. We're also going to hear from WBOC's Rachel Pierce as well in the chopper. Rachel, you have one of the best views out there here today.
Hey, you're taking a live look from Chopper 16 at the ponies. They just moments ago had entered the water. A couple stragglers, but the saltwater cowboys quickly got those ponies in line, and now they are officially all in the water. You can see that they are moving along. There are about 3 of the saltwater cowboys leading the pack. The rest are following behind in a bit of a narrow line, moving at a good pace. And you can see that they're walking right now. There's the land under them as they're making their way towards the island. There's a couple saltwater cowboys actually heading backwards towards the back of the group, just making sure that none of the ponies fall behind. They're moving at different paces. It seems like they're moving quickly at some points and then kind of pausing to regroup and then picking up the pace again. It looks like right now we almost have 2 groups, so we'll take a bit of a wider look at the ponies. Looks like we have almost 2 groups of the ponies heading towards the island, and that first group looks like they might be pausing maybe just for a second for that second group to quickly catch up, and they are having that group at the back quickly pick up their pace just to keep up with everyone. But here we are, the 99th annual Chincoteague Pony Swim. All of the ponies are in the water, and we have the saltwater cowboys just trailing behind, making sure that everyone is in line in this narrow line heading towards the island.
Now, everybody, Kayla, hypes up the Kentucky Derby, fastest 2 minutes in sports. How about this Chincoteague Pony Swim, where we're actually getting to watch these foals make a much more extended trek across the channel? It allows us to really step back, watch the moment, breathe. And you talked about the stragglers there a little bit. I love these adorable little foals that you tell them kind of the back of the pack, saltwater cowboys, maybe some elder ponies come back, making sure that nobody's left behind.
It's like the buddy system, right? You can't make sure you go anywhere and leave anybody behind you. We're going to go back to Coast TV News' Maddie Overturf, as Maddie was the one to let us know about the flare. Now we're getting so much closer, Maddie. You have a ton of people around you. Some people their first time there, some people that have been there for a while. Just what are you looking forward to? How are these people feeling right now as we're that much closer to getting this
Hi,
thing
everybody.
started?
You can see photojournalist Ted Carrero's beautiful shot here of the saltwater cowboys on the marsh, ready for the ponies to be here. They've been here for at least the last 30-40 minutes. There's a ton of other people here on the docks and the crowds. Quick shout out to all the first responders who are spending their morning out here making sure that everybody is safe. We have a lot of the sheriffs, police departments, state police, paramedics, firefighters, and of course those saltwater cowboys who, as you mentioned, are volunteer firefighters. So there is a lot of just camaraderie and togetherness here. We are all eyes on the water at the moment to see. Also, I'm not sure if you can tell from the shot, but where all these saltwater cowboys are, about 20 minutes ago, water everywhere, and now it's really come down. So it's a good spot for the ponies to come through and to stand and to get a little bit of a rest. We are told that they're going to be here and maybe eat for 30-45 minutes. I mean, I don't know. After a long workout for me, I might want to actually come a little bit, and that's a bit of a workout. They had to do the walk, they had to get across the water, so protein, get some good greens here. So we're ready for them to cross the water. Oh wait, everyone's being very quiet. I think there's an air of just peace. People are ready for these.
Maddie, thank you so much. It's the excitement, and then it's the hush-hush for getting ready to go. Focus of what's about to happen in just a few moments.
I like the way she put it. You know, you or I work up a sweat, maybe a protein shake after for these ponies. Go munch on some grass.
That they will. We're going to go back to WBOC's Bill Mitch at the docks. And Bill, same thing here. The anticipation, the readiness, but Maddie Overturf just said it just got quiet by everybody. Do you see that same laser focus of everybody just waiting and waiting for the moment that this thing gets started?
It did kind of get quiet. That's a good observation on Maddie's part. Laser focus, I don't know if we have laser focus, but it did get quiet. Everyone's kind of waiting. I could hear the helicopter a lot more, and they turned the music off, probably adding to the quietness. Now, I love following the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company's Facebook page because they give updates on these ponies all year long. I believe there are, obviously the north and south herd from Chincoteague Island is making the swim over. I believe they said about 93 foals this year. Almost a record, not quite, almost a record. 93 foals making the swim. I know one horse, there's a lot of people who know these horses way better than I, but one's name is Riptide. Riptide is a big black pony, and apparently the Facebook page said Riptide was not behaving, so he made the trek over earlier. Not going to be a part of the swim, but all the other ponies will be making their way across here soon. Yeah, laser focus, sure, yes, laser focus. Now, if you see right now, we've got our camera. Mike, if you would go just to the right a little bit, you can see some of the saltwater cowboys making their way over on the little pontoon boat they got there. Those horses, they don't have to swim. Saltwater cowboys, they're going to be in this little marshy area, kind of waiting for them to make their swim across. The one other thing I thought was interesting, where I'm back, Mike, if you can come back real quick, if you don't mind. Hey, Mike. Mike's not listening. That's okay. Mike's focused on the saltwater cowboys. When the swim happened last year, the goal obviously is for the ponies to go from here to here. And I remember standing right here, looked over to my left, and some of the ponies were kind of going off course, and there was a little bit of a scatter over here to the left because that's where the ponies were coming, and they're wild ponies. They make the rules. It doesn't matter if it's happened 99 times. They're going to go where they want to go. So hopefully today everyone stays in formation, stays in line, and everyone safely makes their way over here. But we're close. I can see them kind of behind all the pontoon boats, so we're close. The fact that this pontoon boat has brought the saltwater cowboys over means moments away, and right now I wish I was in Chopper 16 because I'm sure it's an awesome view.
All right, Bill, so Riptide's in timeout. He was sent over earlier. My question for you, and I think some of the viewers might have it as well, and perhaps it's the Saltwater Cowboys is the simple answer, but how does this event manage the ponies so that the hysteria of the crowd does not get them worked up and send them off course?
I mean, Tim, don't ask me the questions I don't have the answer to. No, the ponies are taken care of by the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company and the Saltwater Cowboys all year long. So the ponies are used to the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company's presence, and they do the roundup on the beach on Chincoteague Island on Saturday and Sunday. They round up the herds. So, you know, year after year, the ponies that have been here, they kind of know the drill. It's the foals that you kind of have to worry about kind of going off course a little bit. And one thing about the Saltwater Cowboys, one thing about the foals is we are looking for King or Queen Neptune. That is the first foal to come ashore. And Saltwater Cowboys will go after him or her. They'll put a little, I guess, string or ribbon around them. And King or Queen Neptune is not auctioned off, but raffled off later tonight at the carnival, which is pretty cool. They've been selling raffle tickets all day long for $1 a piece for King or Queen Neptune. But you have to be at the carnival or you can't win. So this year I'm busy. Next year, I'm buying some raffle tickets and I am going to win King or Queen Neptune, and I'm going to come up with a name. We're going to workshop a name. You guys can help me, and we're going to name our pony for next year. But Saltwater Cowboys are here. Pontoon's going back, but it's soon. I'm excited. That's all I can say. It's very soon.
And we'll get to brainstorming that name, Bill. Thank you so much out there on the dock once again. But somebody that's very, very close to the ponies right now is Outdoors Delmarva's Lauren Hitch. Lauren, the ponies are in the water. You're in the boat on the water. Just how close are you right now to these ponies that are getting ready?
No, you're good. Guys, the ponies are making their way to this little patch of greenery here. Now, Rotary tells me that the reason they kind of stop at this little patch here for a minute is just because the herd is so large. So they can't start sending them across because there'd be too many stragglers. So they'll kind of bring them as many up as they can on this little greenery right here. And then they're just going to start and swim across. We've got the Saltwater Cowboys leading the way. The barge that you saw earlier took some of them across so that once we get over there, they can start getting the horses all wrangled up and ready to go. But we've got these cowboys getting up here ready on this greenery, and that means the swim is literally minutes away, guys.
Minutes away. Put a countdown there as well, Sam.
Now, Kayla, I grew up a big baseball fan, so I always thought the best spot that I would ever want to be, a bucket list location to be in a kayak, it would be out in McCovey Cove, outside of Oracle Park where the San Francisco Giants play. I think that I might just have to have a new #1 on my tier list, because to be that close to these ponies and such a spectacle has got to be breathtaking.
It's almost like your little kid just trying to reach out and pet it right there, and you're right there in the perfect spot. Once again, we've got the aerial view of Chopper 16, WBOC's Rachel Pierce. Rachel, we are just a few minutes out from this right now as these ponies get ready to go. 12:49, and we're excited to see it happen.
So the ponies have completed their kind of first part of this swim. They are now on this island just regrouping. As they got closer and closer to the small island, this, elongated group of ponies became tighter and tighter. The saltwater cowboys really keeping these ponies together. And now the front of this group is re-entering the water for the second portion of the swim. They are in the water now. Now, for those who watched last year or might remember, there was a moment where the ponies start to veer off to the right, to the left side a little bit of the docks, and the saltwater cowboys were quick to corral them back in line. So that is certainly top of mind for these saltwater cowboys to keep these ponies in line as they are just getting the last few ponies of this group into the water. You can see there's always that bit of a resistance from the ponies getting into the water, but they look like they're all in right now. The saltwater cowboys looking on from this island, making sure everyone stays in line as they pass the people and making their way through. A really cool shot from the chopper was you could see the more shallow points of the water where they kind of maneuvered the ponies around just to give them, the best line for travel. Taking a live look from Chopper 16 right now. Ponies are in the water, all in line. You can see the boats even on the sides, just making sure that these ponies get to their final destination safely and all together for the 99th annual Chincoteague Pony Swim.
Rachel, thank you so much. And I've got to say, being a saltwater cowboy is much harder than it looks. I mean, it looks hard from our vantage point right now because we just saw a pony try to go to the back, and the saltwater cowboys had to make sure that they are going forward. So that is not an easy job. They got the hats, they got the lassos, and they have a harder job than us. They just can't stand here and talk and wear hats. They got to make sure these ponies are able to get across the channel.
Both for the cowboys and especially these ponies. The cowboys a little bit spoiled. A lot of them get to go in the boats alongside this mass herd crossing the channel. For these ponies, they need a couple, 40, 45 minutes to rest. I might need an hour just watching them. Give me something to eat, give me something to drink. This is, as much as it's exciting, also exhausting, and it is tremendous how we just continue to churn this out year after year.
Listen, I could not do this ever. Even if I trained, these ponies would have me beat every single day of the week. So we have the Chincoteague Pony Swim right now as the ponies are going through that channel, but once again, we have trivia coming up right after this as well, so make sure that you stay tuned. Not only are you able to see the Chincoteague Pony Swim live right here on the Delmarva Sports Network, but you also have a chance to stay in the Chincoteague cottages for a 2-night stay if you're able to come out on top. So we're going to have that trivia sponsored by Matt, the carpet guy, right after this pony swim right now. So stay locked into DSN as long as you can, everybody, because if it was me, I'd be playing that to make sure I get to win that 2-night stay.
I was going to say, we didn't lie to you. I know there might be one or two people, selfishly, I think I side with you. If you didn't otherwise know of the Chincoteague Pony Swim, but you heard the fact that you could possibly win a 2-night stay on Chincoteague Island, you might be tuned in for that game, and we promise you it is coming up. The main event, we do not want to detract from what is the key spectacle today.
That it is, and you can see they're just keep on going right now. Once again, the 99th annual. They've been able to do this each and every year. The fire department, the saltwater cowboys, the people coming out, rain or shine, they're in the muck, they're in the mud. They don't care. They waited for this very moment to see these ponies swim. I just got to shout out everybody and our whole Draper Media crew out there as well. These shots look fantastic right now. You're so close to these ponies. It's almost like we can reach through the screen and touch them or pet them right now. So very close to these ponies as they are once again going across the channel. This starting in 1925. We're here in 2024 and still the same outcome. More people coming. The coverage is there, and it's exciting to see it happen this year on DSN.
Also very encouraging, just like a lot of other things, the way that pony penning has really rebounded since the pandemic. Is Bill mentioned earlier, you had 2 years off during World War II, 42 and 43, and then also the event still took place to an extent. They would have the ponies still cross. It just wasn't the kind of person-packed spectacle that we're seeing, and yet a couple years later, it's right back to normal.
And WBOC's Bill Mitch once again is out there on the dock. Bill, as they're starting to go a little bit towards the marsh part, the swim's starting to come to an end. What is everybody's reaction right now? How are the kids feeling? Is it exciting? Is there applause? What are you seeing from your point of view?
What I see is hundreds and hundreds of cameras. Most of the horses have made their way across. I am sitting down underneath the camera right now because the shot deserves to be on them. But everyone has their phones out. Everyone has their cameras out. They're in that early part of the marsh. They haven't quite made their way across yet. I saw one of the saltwater cowboys to my right near the end of the dock, pointing towards the other ones to try to figure out which one was exactly King or Queen Neptune. I think they have spotted him or her. Which one that is, I have no idea. That's their job, and they will try to corral him or her here shortly. But the ponies have made their way across the channel. They are getting louder. The neighs are getting louder, and it's time for them to rest. They've done their duty, and they have about 45 minutes to an hour to kind of just hang out, and it's awesome. Everyone takes their opportunity to get their pictures. Denise Bowden asking if everyone's happy. Of course they are happy. Now, the big thing here, still, they are wild animals. So it'll be very important for you people who are here to get the best shot, to get their best picture, the best view, is to let them graze and leave them alone, because they do bite and they do kick. If you've ever visited Chincoteague before, you know that very well. But they come right up to you, but that doesn't mean we're petting these ponies. They're wild ponies, but it's very exciting. The moment has finally come, and everyone is excited. The people in the bog have made their way over to the side, over underneath the dock here, to try to get that best view. So right now, I have the best view. Rachel had it earlier during the swim, but right here on the dock and probably over where Maddie is pretty incredible right now for all these ponies that have made their way to shore. Number 9 apparently might be King or Queen Neptune. We will try to find King or Queen Neptune and point him or her out to you. Who that is, I don't know. We're going to try to figure it out.
Now, Bill, I know you said focus should be on the ponies. Do not sell yourselves short. You're a stallion in your own right, my man. Let's talk about you being on this dock year in, year out. Does it ever get old? I mean, an event like this, for you to experience firsthand, has the feeling ever been lost on you?
Tim, it never gets old. I mean, this is such a uniquely Delmarva event. This happens nowhere else in the world. So to be here, to be this close every year, it is a pleasure, and I appreciate it. Now, I will say in my other years here, I've never been called a stallion before, so this might be my favorite year, and I very much appreciate that. But no, it never gets old, and that's why people come year after year. That's why people probably have already booked their hotel room for next year, because it's unique, it's uniquely Delmarva, and it never gets old. So there's somebody right now who has a drone. Obviously, they're allowed to, but there's a drone in the marsh right now, and it's probably getting the most incredible footage, and I'm very jealous. But as you said, never gets old. It's the best.
Bill, you're able to do this year after year. Is there anything different about this time around? Any different reactions? Maybe some newcomers that you were able to talk to, that it's their first pony swim, being able to be a viewer that you've been able to see out there today?
I always run into new people. Obviously, the thousands of people come. It's hard to see the same people year after year, but it's always interesting to see how far people come to be here. There was a woman I was standing next to probably around 9 o'clock this morning, and she said that she was here from Oklahoma. Wow. It was her first time, and she was debating rather hard whether or not she wanted to make her way through that mud. And she said she came this year because she wants to bring her grandkids next year, and she was trying to find the best path to get through the mud. There is no good path to get through the mud, but it's cool to see that family tradition kind of start. And I'm sure she'll be here next year with her grandkids, and it'll be an awesome memory for them to have. You know, Denise Bowden, the fire department, said it earlier. The mud washes off, but the memories will not, and they will stay with everybody who is here, and it's awesome. And I have no doubt that those people from Oklahoma will be back, and new people will be here next year, because it is a sight to see.
That's a great line for any of you folks considering doing this maybe next year, a couple years down the road. The mud may wash off, but the memories will never fade away. That's fantastic from Denise.
Absolutely. Bill, thank you so much for your time. We'll go back out to you in just a bit here. You have people from Oklahoma, Canada, once again, all around the world. People come to Delmarva to see this. It is so special, and our first time broadcasting it live on the Delmarva Sports Network as well. And all I'm going to say is, if you're watching this right now and you are listening closely, very, very closely to what Bill Mitch is saying and the terminology he's using, you may have an opportunity to get an answer free to you throughout this contest that will be live trivia, because he has said a few answers without realizing it. So if you're watching, if you are keen into this broadcast right now, you might have a foot in the game. When do we go for live trivia?
You know, I never thought I'd get that I'm in middle school class again moment when the teacher says, you know, if you were paying attention the last 35, 40 minutes, this might be on the quiz coming up tomorrow, the day after that. You just gave me flashbacks.
So PTSD or good flashbacks? Were you the one that knew, or were you the one that didn't know?
Well, if I got an A, you know, it's good flashback. If not, well, you know.
Pony Swim right here once again, the 99th annual. You can see it. This has been fantastic, just our coverage of everybody out there being able to get all the different angles from the dock, from the marsh. We also have people out of Memorial Park as well, from the boat with Lauren Hitch from Outdoors Delmarva, Chopper 16. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this, and also the shot on top of the Delmarva Sports Network production as well. We're able to see this at every single angle, and we were talking to Coast TV News Maddie Overturf earlier on, and she said the ponies are going to want some of this protein as soon as they're done the pony swim. And you can see right now they're hungry. They want it. They just swam across. And all I got to say is I give them some props, because I would need a lot more, and I just might be laying on the ground not being able to get up if I had to swim that far.
I remember reading the calorie intake that Michael Phelps had to endure when he was at the height of his athletic career swimming. I can only imagine how many tons of grass that these ponies continue to consume, especially after a long trek like that.
That they do as well. Once again, we are going to have live trivia right here on the Delmarva Sports Network. So I hope you all were watching the entire thing. And if you download the free DSN mobile app on your phone for completely free, you can play along, or go to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com/trivia as well. Maybe some of the answers you heard during this broadcast that you're going to be able to answer. And it's not just for bragging rights, people. It's an actual 2-night stay at the Chincoteague Cottages. It can't get much better than that.
You have to be quick, though, when we get to talking about the rules and tee up this trivia contest. It's not just about getting it right, but it's also about doing it in a timely fashion, like a Kahoot, if you will. If you ever played that, you want to make sure that not only is your answer correct, but the quicker you get it in, the better odds you have.
All I'm going to say is Kahoot. I always thought you had to answer first. Not right sometimes, and I would just click, 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 and then I would be like, why am I not coming out on top? Don't make the same mistake as me, people. Make sure, yes, you answer quick, but also the right answer. And if you know a little bit about the history of the Chincoteague Pony Swim, we're not going to give it away right now. You're going to be in luck. But if this is your first time ever watching, ever hearing about it, if you watch this whole broadcast, you will also be in luck, because we have mentioned a few things time after time again. You can see the ponies right there just doing their thing after the swim, being able just to relax and eat right now. But once again, we've got the trivia that you're not going to want to miss, and we're going to go back to the docks with WBOC's Bill Mitch. And Bill, you got the best view in the house.
Hey guys, you still need Jack shot? All right, we're going to
the best
break if you want to.
seat, the best position, but not necessarily the best audio right now. I get it's loud, especially not just the talking, the neighing. You know, the guy might have their mouth full of grass, but those are those exasperated ponies. The rest of them, they might be, a couple of them interacting with the folks up along the fence line. That kid's got his phone out, watch, it might snatch it, think it's a little piece of protein. And now we do have BOC's Bill Mitch, who is front and center, taking a look at some of the most beautiful ponies in all the island.
Sorry about that, guys. I hope you can hear me a little bit better now.
We got you.
This is the best spot, and you mentioned all the phones are out. Somebody with a flip phone. I don't know how good the picture quality is going to be on that thing, but every type of phone is out. And I also heard you guys talk a little while ago about me possibly giving away some answers. I didn't know I was giving away some answers, but now I'm excited to do the trivia because I feel like I might know all the answers. So I hope I'm allowed to be a part of that. If not, my wife might know the answers too. So anyway, I'm looking forward to being a part of the Chincoteague Cottages. Mike, if you go up and to the left, Mike, right along the fence line, you see the Saltwater Cowboys right there. Mike zooming in. That appears to be King or Queen Neptune. And I am correct. Denise Bowden from the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company saying that is King or Queen Neptune. We're trying to see if it is King or Queen. We're waiting to find out. I don't know. But they're putting that blue ribbon around his girl. It is a queen. Neptune. That blue ribbon going around her neck, she will be the one that is raffled off later tonight. You got to be at the Carnival grounds to win, but hundreds and hundreds of raffle tickets being sold today. That'd be quite a cool prize if you made your way all the way to Chincoteague and get to go home with King or Queen Neptune. Finding King or Queen Neptune through all of these ponies is no easy task, and these guys have no fear. They made their way through, and they had to, kind of wrangle King or Queen Neptune a little bit. That's not an easy job. And I'm sitting on the dock here again, trying to stay out of the shot, and the safety crew that are here from the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company, the Accomack County Sheriff's Office, they're doing a good job of keeping people back from these wild ponies because, again, they are wild animals. They bite, they kick. So everyone enjoying the view, but also keeping their safe distance, which is great to see. Haven't seen too many ponies kicking each other yet either. That sometimes happens. They get a little riled up. But right now, we're pretty calm. And of course, I'm going to say that and something's going to happen. But again, no better view than where I am right now.
And you can see right there Queen Neptune as well. And this is the best part about this event. It's not just about the pony swim. Of course, that's the forefront right now. You talked about the auctions as well, the carnival grounds. I mean, Bill, from what you're hearing and what you're seeing from everybody else, clearly their focus right now is on the ponies. But just how excited are people to see the parade, to see these auctions, to really get to the next step of what this event is all about?
Yeah, Mike, if you could, can you show over to the left? Can you, Mike, pan to the left and show all the people making their way out? So Mike's going to move the camera right now. Obviously, when the swim was happening, you saw people were 12, 15, 20 deep right along the fence here. Now, if you got here early, you got to get up close and personal. The folks right behind, they had a great view. They got their shots, but they're kind of making their way back through the marsh right now because that's where the parade is going to be. When we got here, people were making their way through the marsh, but there were also hundreds of people lining up their chairs along Pony Swim Lane, along Beebe Road, and along Main Street throughout Chincoteague because that's where that parade's going to be. So we still got, I don't know, 40-ish minutes, 35, 40 minutes where these ponies are going to hang out and rest before that parade starts. And that is a view in and of itself. You've got more than 100 ponies making their way down Main Street. I mean, if you got a good spot along Main Street, that's just and equally as fun as being here for the pony swim. So there is no bad view. There is no bad spot on Chincoteague Island today. I might have one of the better ones, but there is no bad spot all day long. And it's a fun event to be here all week long. But right now, these ponies are getting a good view for everyone who are here.
Bill, thank you so much. The best view on the house once again right now as the ponies were able to come over. WBOC's Bill Mitch out there on the dock all day long, really getting there as early as 8 a.m., being here as early as 6:30 a.m. So this crew is grinding out there, getting there early, making sure they get their spots as well. And Tim, I got to ask you, if you were at this event right now as a spectator, would you race to get a spot where the ponies are coming in for the swim, or are you going to the parade to see the after on Main Street to be able to be there front and center?
Well, if we all pulled our sums together, we could possibly get a place right on BB Lane, and then you turn around, you watch the ponies, then you have a front row seat to watch. Speaking of which, the street being called BB Lane, I think it's so fascinating how everything with this spectacle, it all comes back to the origin of the story. The BB family actually was the owner of Misty of Chincoteague, the story that has inspired what has now become such a phenomenon that people flock to go see from not just around this region, but throughout the entire planet. It all comes back to these ponies. This is something that has been going on, sure, 99th annual, if you will, but this is something that has been going on far beyond that.
And Henry's 1947 novel is actually, as you alluded to, based on everything that goes on here. So once again, if you're a bookworm, something you might want to remember for later on, but also this really all originated with them to being able to create this story, create this book as well. The Pony Swim starting in 1925, this book and this novel out in 1947 as well. So these ponies, once again, they're just relaxing right now. And be sure to follow all of our accounts on social media, WBOC, Coast TV, News, Outdoors, Delmarva Sports Network. You're going to see a ton of pictures and video and footage of the parade as well. We're going to be there all day long. We're camping out there in Chincoteague, Virginia. And I'm just happy for the crew. The weather also held up as well. We got the chopper up there, being able to have no lightning, no thunder, because for whatever reason, it decided to rain every single day this week. But it looks like for the ponies, the weather was able to hold up.
Not just obviously a shout out to those out there in the marsh, on the dock, in the field, but to all the folks in control right now. Continue to balance between shots on the dock, up in the chopper, down in the marshes, in the water, as you're seeing right now in real time. They are also You got the saltwater cowboys are the ones that corral the ponies, but we got our own saltwater cowboys a couple walls away, and they're the ones who are also making this possible for all of you.
And also making everything possible out on the water, out on the boat is Outdoors Delmarva's Lauren Hitch. And Lauren, you were just able to see the ponies oh so close to you now that things have settled in after the swim. What's everybody's reaction? How are people feeling before the parade starts?
Yeah, but how about that shot from the boat guys swimming right next to us? Could have reached out and touched them. You heard everyone hooting, hollering, and getting them ready. And you watched your eyes during that swim. They showed which direction they were going to go just by showing you which way they were looking out there. But what a successful swim, the 99th pony swim. All the ponies are over here resting, even the small foals that made that swim. I'm sure their parents are out here very proud. So they're going to take a rest over here, and then we're going to parade through town. But now the sun's coming out. I think that means we did a good job out here today.
That you did, Lauren. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it out there. And I'm just happy for the crew on the boat as well that there was no rocky waves, anything like that. The rain was able to hold up. And hey, the pony swim happens, the 99th annual, and then the sun comes out. It's like Mother Nature knew what we were doing and making sure that everybody is able to finish this off safely in good weather. The parade's about to come up as well, so we're excited for that. But once again, this just has been a fantastic event. It is each and every year. And I just love hearing from our reporters too, everybody that's out there from Canada, from Oklahoma. We've had people from Australia go there as well, as Bill Mitch is back out there on the dock as things are getting ready to go towards the parade. But Bill, right now it looks like the saltwater cowboys are trying to wrangle some ponies up, but some are still relaxing, taking in the moment, relaxing from that big time swim.
Yeah, Kayla, this is really, as you mentioned, it is just wind down time. You know, as long as nobody jumps back in the water to try to swim back, we're just hanging and we're having a good time. It is genuinely just a time for them to relax. It also buys people plenty of time to take their pictures, buys them plenty of time to make their way back through the marsh, because of course everyone needs to get out of there safely before the ponies will make their way on that parade down through Main Street into the carnival grounds. So it was a lot of hurry up and wait, and then we waited and we had the big moment. And now it's as quickly as it gets here, it's as quick as it's gone. The amount of boats that are now streaming down the Assateague Channel to get out of here, to maybe make their way to the carnival grounds, who knows? But everyone gathers and everyone scatters very quickly, and we are in a little bit of scatter mode. We got some neighing going on in the background. No horse kicks, which is great. Nice to see that. I know they spotted King or Queen Neptune earlier. She hasn't come close. I'm trying to get a good shot for our news report later on this evening for Kyle Orange, but I have not seen Queen Neptune just yet. So I am on my hunt for some good video. But we're kind of just packing up. We're winding down, and we're waiting for the next 35 minutes till we get to see some ponies parading through town. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier in our broadcast, trying to leave Chincoteague Island might be a little bit of a chore, but it's very much worth it when you get to be a part of something like this.
Now, Bill, you're just out there in the polo. I know we expected worse weather. How was it from your vantage point? I mean, was it a considerable downpour or just a light mist?
It was not a downpour. It was a light rain, and then really once the ponies kind of hit the water, it cleared up and the sun has come up. So Mike Lichniak missed his timing by about 15 minutes, but hey, that's Mike. What are you going to do? I love him to death. It's fine. I can say that. What was nice about the rain is that it kept the bugs away. Now the horses did bring the ponies did bring some of those horse flies with them. So I'm glad I have the bug spray on. But it's been great. It's not too humid at all. Some years are horrible. It's breezy. It's not too hot. It was really, besides the light rain, it really was a good day. It's hard to find something to complain about. And if it's just a little bit of light rain, that's fine. I think everyone here had a wonderful time, and everyone still here taking their photos, taking their pictures, are enjoying themselves. Horses chomping on the grass below me, avoiding the little crabs that are in the water right now. So again, we're just waiting, and we're waiting for a few moments from now. I don't know, 25, 30 minutes to get some more video of that incredible parade through town. So that's the next exciting part. The carnival tonight, it's fun to take it all in.
And Bill, you have been able to take it all in really year after year. One last thing for you here at this moment. Is there anything super special that stood out about this year from when you got there to now from the pony swim? I know you were to see Queen Neptune for just a little bit. Anything that really you can point out right now that maybe you haven't seen in years past?
I don't know necessarily anything overly special between this year and last year. What I take notice of, Denise Bowden, who was at the fire department. She's I call her queen of the pony swim. She's the one always on the loudspeaker. She's the one keeping people in line. She said for the first time in maybe 15 or 20 years, good afternoon, Chincoteague. So I think this is our first pony swim in the afternoons for quite some time. Now, I say that, I mean, that's incredible because, again, we arrived around 8:30 and there were already hundreds of people in the marsh. So they got here even before that, knowing the pony swim wasn't going to be for 5, 6, 7 more hours, and they were here dedicated in their spot waiting for this moment now. So the folks that are still hanging out, I don't blame them because they've waited hours for this opportunity. They will be the last ones to leave, and deservedly so, and hopefully they get a great spot along the parade route as well.
And as we heard, it doesn't matter about the weather, it doesn't matter about the muck, but the memories that you get to keep forever. Bill, thank you so much for your time here today. Once again, WBOC's Bill Mitch out there on the dock, a fantastic view. Well, if you listen to a little bit of what Bill Mitch said, you might be in luck because when we come back, we are going to have live trivia right here on the Delmarva Sports Network. So make sure you scan the QR code and download the free DSN app. You can play her in there or go to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com/trivia. Get out your phones, your laptops right now because when we come back in 60 seconds, we're going to get right on board. It's 7 questions and you have a chance to win a big time prize. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
At Matt the Carpet Guy, we take our work seriously. That's why we employ the best of the best to ensure you find exactly what you're looking for. With a warehouse big enough to keep everything in stock and a showroom we can bring to you. The hardworking team at Matt the Carpet Guy brings affordable flooring within reach. We have cash and carry LVP starting at $1.99. Perfectly installed every time. Matt the Carpet Guy, flooring done right, the family way.
Here at the Delmarva Sports Network, we know sports is more than a game. It's about your teams in your town coming together to celebrate, bringing sports to life, and creating bonds that last a lifetime. At DSN, we're proud to capture that spirit, plus the dedication and passion of your athletes. That's why DSN was awarded Outstanding Year-Round Local Sports Coverage. We're honored to be part of your team's journey. Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams. Welcome to the 99th Annual Chincoteague Pony Swim, brought to you by Matt the Carpet Guy.
Well, what a day it has been. Look at this beautiful view, the Chincoteague Pony Swim from the Chopper 16, the Delmarva Sports Network production truck right on top as well. And everybody out there working so hard to get all the fantastic beauty shots. And once again, this is live for the first time on the Delmarva Sports Network. But you just don't have to sit at home. If you need to go to the grocery store or need to get something done, you can also take us on the go, everybody. You want to make sure that you download the free DSN app. You see that QR code in the right corner of your screen. Well, make sure you bring your phones out right here, right now. You have a chance to win a prize. Scan that QR code. You'll have the DSN app for life. And it's not just for this, Tim. We have so many other things that you can be able to get if you scan the QR code right now in the bottom right corner of your screen.
Yeah, if you are new to DSN, if this brought you here fortuitously just to watch the Chincoteague Pony Swim, we have so much more great stuff that you want to see. Tomorrow, we're in Worcester County. Semifinal, final action for boys high school basketball. Some of the best athletes in this area of the state going for the prize before they get ready to return to school in the fall. We also have pro coverage. Shorebirds baseball, that comes back on Tuesday. You can watch those games on broadcast television throughout the Delmarva Peninsula. That QR code, it gives you access to everything else we do. Final score show that we have, we'll have it tonight, previewing those basketball games and a whole lot more.
That it does, but for right here, right now, once again, we will give you just a few more seconds to download that DSN app or go to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com/trivia. But we are here with something super exciting in a way that you can win a prize.
That's right. At long last, it's trivia time. Sponsored by Matt the Carpet Guy. Here's how it works. You go to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com/trivia. on your phone. You can also scan the QR code on your screen to download the Delmarva Sports Network app, and you can play there.
And we'll ask 7 multiple choice questions. The faster you answer, the more points you earn.
But be careful. You can only answer once, and you can't change your answer after submitting, so choose carefully.
And the player with the highest score wins a 2-night stay in Chincoteague provided by Key West Cottages of Chincoteague Island. The winner will be announced right after the game. If that's you, you will receive a form on your phone to share your name and contact information with us to claim your prize. All right, let's get into it.
Good luck. Giddy up, everybody. Here we go. Question 1. What body of water do the ponies swim across? The Assateague Channel, the Chincoteague Bay, or Tom's Cove? You see that little timer there ticking down, answers starting to come in. You have 2, you have 1. If you're paying attention, you know 70% of you did. It's the Assateague Channel. They swim across into Chincoteague Island. They are then auctioned off to raise money for the herd's care and to keep numbers under control.
That they are. And if you were paying attention to the broadcast, you will know this answer. You have 15 seconds. When was the first official pony swim? You can see it right there. They just did it. That's 2024. But when was it? Make sure you're able to put in your answer, and we'll see 100% of people, hey, they're paying attention. They passed the test. 1925. They were able to get that answer correctly.
And 99th annual, good job keeping with it. We're going to keep things rolling after this, but again, I think that was unanimous. Everybody wants to get that 2-night stay in Chincoteague. How about what nickname is given to the firefighters on horseback who herd the ponies? All 3 of these would be great minor league baseball team names. You got the Seaside Shepherds, Saltwater Cowboys, Maritime Marshals. We've got a couple seconds left. Saltwater Cowboys, another unanimous answer. These Cowboys, of course, firefighters for the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company, which manages and cares for the herd year-round. They've been doing that for almost a full century.
Now, if you are a bookworm, you may know this answer. What book made the Chincoteague Ponies famous? You just have a few more seconds. Look at everybody being able to tune in right now and answer this question, and we'll see who gets it right. Everybody did, but it's viewer 1504 right now on top. The book is inspired by a real story about orphans who wanted to buy a mare and her filly, Misty.
Keeping it rolling. This is another one, people, where if you were paying attention, you should be able to nail 3 options. What name is given to the first foal to come ashore at the end of the swim? King, Queen Triton, King, Queen Neptune, King, Queen Poseidon. All 3 have something to do. I've got the Little Mermaid in my head right now thinking of the top answer. 2443 coming in first. It's another clean sweep. King, Queen, Neptune. And of course, this year, Queen Neptune, that foal will be raffled off in a drawing at the carnival coming up in Chincoteague later today.
All I've got to say is people are really paying attention to this broadcast because everybody is starting to answer correctly. And the next question here, what was the highest bid during the 2023 Pony Swim Auction? You see your 3 options right there. You have about 1 second to answer, and ooh, we got a little bit of split answers here. The correct answer is $43,000. A record of $489,000 was made during last year's auction with sale of 72 ponies, and that's 6677 able to come out on top. So this question, Tim, could mean a lot. It's a tight race right now to see who will win that 2-night stay.
Okay, make or break. How many herds are the wild ponies broken into? 2, 3, 4, 2, 1 on the timer, and the answer is 2. 90% of you, 5334 leading the charge. Ponies are split into 2 main herds. You have one on the Virginia side, managed by the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company, and then on the Maryland side, that one managed by the National Park Service.
Now, this was a little bit split, so we're going to stay tuned right here for the final results. I'm excited to see who it is, and it's going to be viewer 7455. Once again, that is viewer 7455. Oh my gosh, Tim, look how tight of a race that was. It could have just been one question that was answered a bit quicker to get them out on top. But congratulations, you earned that 2-night stay at the Chincoteague Cottages.
And that was almost as razor thin as deciding whether it was a King or Queen Neptune. That was a mere 100+ points between 1 and 2.
And you have to fill out a form once again, so be sure that you get your 2-night stay as well. So this is all a part of our trivia right here on DSN. We hope you all had fun. I did see who was going to come out on top. It was a tight race. It seemed like in the beginning people were paying attention, and then later on it was maybe the people knowing about the Pony Swim just a little bit more.
What do you think the odds are we take out our phones after this and it's Bill Mitch or Mrs. Bill Mitch who says, we got a 2-night stay brought to you by Chincoteague Villagers?
Hey, they're taking the opportunity, right? They were paying attention, they were watching, and then when we said, we possibly gave an answer, Bill Mitch didn't even know, so maybe his wife is paying attention. The woman is always right, everybody, so be sure to be able that she got the 2-night stay. We don't know yet. We're going to wait and see who it will be, but congratulations to the viewer to be able to get that. But we've had fantastic coverage here today from Outdoors Delmarva, from WBOC, from Coast News TV as well. And not only that, but Chopper 16, the aerial footage as well right here at the 99th Annual Chincoteague Pony Swim. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Being able to be on top, being able to see everything. You have the dock, you have the marsh, you have Memorial Park on top of the DSN truck, but also the Chopper 16, being able to see just a bit of everything.
Oh, yeah, we had it all covered. And I love the job, especially Mike Neapolitan on the fly. You mentioned a couple of times, Bill say, he's not listening to me. No, he is. Mike constantly going, point here, point there, point here, point there. There was a lot in a short period of time, and we're just so thankful that all of you were able to tune in and experience it in real time with us here on DSN.
It's the Key West Cottages in Chincoteague, once again, that you will be able to win. So it's not just about the Pony Swim, well, that's the biggest part, but also being able to win that and have that 2-night stay as well at those Key West Chincoteague Cottages. So 2-night stay, you can't complain about that. Hey, you win trivia and you're able to do what you need to do.
Yeah. Hey, how about, well done, Cowgirl.
Yeah.
Pretty good here in studio.
We have to tip our caps the first time in the DSN studios, being able to wear the cowboy hats. Hey, same time next year?
I'll think about it. I'm going to get some boots first.
Yeah, there we go. We need to get just dressed as nice as that Virginia rodeo girl.
Also want to give a huge shout out to everybody here in the studio. We got a couple folks behind the cameras, manning everybody in control, made sure that things went swimmingly, no pun intended, over in the control room, and so that everyone was in step, just like those ponies. We had our own saltwater cowboys corralling and overseeing and making sure the 99th is a success. Cannot wait for 100.
Absolutely, and everybody out there, once again, WBOC, Coast TV News, Outdoors Delmarva Sports Network, everybody in between able to be a part of this. So we appreciate everybody being a part of it. Tim Nolan, Kayla Santiago with you for the 99th Annual. Make sure you stay tuned into the social media pages as well to see those shots of the parade of the 99th Annual Chincoteague Pony Swim.